What is going on, Nissan Nation? From all things Nissan here in Middle Tennessee to way over in Los Angeles, this is your Nissan Nation podcast, productions, whatever you want to call us. We're live, Danny.
Oh, we're not going to be able to get away from that so easy. It's ingrained now. So many years of saying podcast. I'm doing great, man. I'm so stoked to be here. Finally being able to just get me and you back together doing the chats and live talk and what.
Yeah, you're on video, dude. It's like this is a rarity.
I know. We actually got a little bit of the technology squared away.
I know. I'm
Pretty
happy.
sweet.
I'm kind of pumped about it. Hopefully, if you guys can see us, please give us a thumbs up and a like on that smash that like button. We would greatly appreciate it. Danny, we've had a hell of a week here at the production studios, man.
Yeah, we've there's been moving and shaking going on, of course, because of our big dealery.
Yeah, big dealery, right? I feel like there was something big dropped over the past week that I just can't put my finger on.
I can't quite figure it out. Yeah, everybody, it's well, I think the biggest thing, Dave, is that we got the technology figured out to where we can
whoa. Don't speak so soon.
Chat.
We've got some technology figured out anyways. Once again, if you guys can, I want to verify that they can hear us, so you should be able to hear us, but give us some thumbs or something, guys, so we know what is going on. Carrie Beasley's giving us thumbs up, so we're good, Danny. We are good.
Nice.
Let's see.
We got all the big hitters. Cordetti's on here. Frontier Life Club, Expedition Outfitters, Joe Taylor, Carrie Beasley, Brian Turnquist, all of our homies.
That's right, man. And this was brought to you by
Worker.
This was brought to you by Monster Energy. Well, it should be. So Monster Energy, if you're out there, I'm looking for you guys. And Danny wouldn't mind if you're on the side of his race truck.
As long as the money's there.
Well, that is true. Well, I mean, come on, man. A few cases of Monster a week, I would take that too.
Yeah.
Stuff's like gold around here, man. So,
Well, shout out to Paul Von Helger. He's here. Brian B. We got some boys here. Joe Taylor's here. Man, we got a full group, man. I'm pretty pumped.
We are. And if you are new to this, because we picked up a lot of subscribers this past week due to releasing the 2021 potential Nismo Frontier video. I want to say howdy for one. I'm in Middle Tennessee and Danny is in California. Danny, let's just give him a little bit of background real quick, and for maybe we have some new viewers here.
Well, background on the channel, or
me and you in the channel.
Oh man, we have. Geez, how much time are we doing this tonight?
Well, just a quick, the podcast for dummies.
Podcast Now Productions. Dave and I started the Nissan Nation podcast. What was it, 5 years ago or something like that?
Yep.
And we have both been Nissan off-road enthusiasts, Nissan car, truck, and maybe van enthusiasts for such a long time. So we started the podcast a long time ago. If you go on check us out on podcasts, we have over 100 episodes podcasting, and we have eventually moved over here to YouTube, where we are much happier now.
Yeah, they get
being
to see
able
our
to share
faces.
fun. Yeah, we're able to share a ton of content. We've done off-road events together. We've done car events together from the West Coast to the East Coast, whether it's NizFest or Gone Moab, or live shows from Gone Moab that we've done, live shows from Windrock that we've done. Just so much fun stuff that over the years. And now we're doing videos on our trucks. I have an Xterra race truck that I'm building that should be done very soon. Knock on wood. And Dave, he's had so many different trucks and cars, and just modifying them, having fun with them, and then meeting all the cool people along the way. And so we're pumped to be here. We're pumped that you guys are all just hopping in to chat, and that we can kind of connect with you guys over this internet space.
That's right, man. And so let's see. We got a question here real quick. Danny, Nicholas Wilson, is the new 3.8 liter Frontier on any showroom floors yet? And no. to put it nicely, no, that is not on any showroom floors right now, just because of the COVID situation that it was ready to start shipping right when everybody shut down. So, the world's on lockdown, and so is that 3.8 liter for the time being. But Danny, I think that's going to be the rarest vehicle in the world. Between that and the new Corvette, the 2020 Corvette, who stopped their production at what I think they built 2,000, and that was it.
Yeah, not too many. Yeah, those guys are hurting that are probably on a waiting list and stuff like that.
Right. Well, let's see. Expedition Outfitters, for all you new guys, Danny is actually a closeted Ford enthusiast. Danny, you did do some time in a Ford, but I wouldn't say you're an enthusiast of the brand.
I did some time in quite a few Fords. I had Ford Rangers growing up. And that's kind of how I got into my full bro status.
Yeah.
You know, my flat billing, you know, pre-run in the desert and stuff like that. But you know what? There's definitely some good Fords out there. I'm not like a Nazi when it comes to Nissans. In my opinion, they do make some of the more superior mid-sized trucks with the Frontier and Xterra and stuff like that. I find their superiority has been pretty established for a while.
Right.
Despite what the Toyota guys may say.
That's right, man. And you know, hey, if you're a Toyota fan, that's cool. You can watch too.
Well, and I came over to Nissan because Ford stopped making a mid-sized truck.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's Ford's fault for doing that. But I do have a little bit of love for some Ford stuff. And what I do love is the amount of effort Ford puts into motorsports. You know what I'm saying, Dave?
Yes, and hopefully Nissan, you know, they're going to have a new direction with this. You know, we know some sneaky things about what they were potentially going to do with that. The current or the new 2021, they were going to be in some cool racy things. So that's all we can say from that. But sadly, the rug got pulled out of that at last minute, because that's why I was in Chicago, was the truck was going to be there, and suddenly it wasn't going to be there. So anyways, Danny, so what has been up your Nissan plate this week, man? You've kind of quieted down with the Z a little bit. Anything cool going on with your Z, or is it just drive it?
The Z is taking a back seat right now to a couple other things. Of course, my number one goal is to get the racetrack going. So,
right.
You know, I put a couple dollars into the Z, but I'm not buying a $600 timing belt kit. And then, you know, the exhaust was, you know, a couple $100, but I had to get it smogged and registered. So I kind of did the bare minimum in order to get the Z legal. And now it's, you know, I drive it maybe once a week or something like that. I don't do too much with it,
right,
other than, you know, maybe wash it or whatnot. So that's kind of what the Z is taking a backseat, because I have to prioritize my mods. The Frontier, you know what? The Frontier gets so much love on YouTube. I've been doing a little bit more with the Frontier lately. I'm kind of finishing up a couple things that I wanted to finalize on it, just for fun, and to fall back in love with it, to tell you the truth. So, you know, I put the intake on it. I got the tune on it, and now as of last night, I got I don't know if we'll call it the final tune, but I got we'll call it a fine tune. So that's a little bit more geared to specifically my truck. So I got that back, and I need to load that up into my truck. I haven't yet, just because I've been running around today, getting ready for tonight,
right,
to tell you the truth.
So do you fine tune a tune? Is that how that goes? You tune a tune?
Yeah. Well, you know, it's similar to doing dyno pulls, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So you put a tune in the truck, and if you were on a dyno, what you would do is you would do a pull, and then you would say, okay, this area of the RPM range needs a little bit more timing, or you know, the car needs a little bit more timing, and you need a little bit more fuel in this range of RPMs, or you need a little bit, you know, trim it up, lean it out in this range, and in that range you need to fatten it up a little bit. So once you get the base tune in, then you do some polls, you get some data, and then, you know, you send it, because I don't have a dyno in my garage.
Wait, you don't have a
you're
dyno?
using the road.
Wait,
I don't.
I thought it came standard when you bought a house.
You use the road as your dyno. So I sent that info off, and I just got the fine-tuned tune back, and we'll see how that goes once I get that. You know, I want to make sure and shoot a video of it. I want to go do, you know, a 0 to 60 before the tune, 0 to 60 after, see if I get a little bit of results. I mean, I can't put it on a dyno and get solid numbers, but at the same time, I can do what I can with what I got.
I hear that who is it? What is it? Z1's doing your tuning, right?
Yes, it's an UpRev tune, but Z1 is using UpRev software to fine tune it. And then on top of that, I have a little bit of secret sauce I might sprinkle in there. It's very
nice.
Secret sauce, kind of unrelated, that I might sprinkle in just for some test purposes. So I
Nice.
can't talk about that too much, but I've been in contact with some people to get a little secret sauce, as they say.
Well, speaking of being in contact with people, Nissan reached out to me this past week, Danny. Nissan, that by the way of Nismo, and
Yeah,
got some
that's some
interesting
big news.
got some interesting things. I can't reveal anything just yet, but that was a great segue into some cool Nismo content that could be coming down the road real soon. And you know, they like seeing Nismo parts on our vehicles, and they were like, hey, let's do a little more chatty, and so we did. And you know, maybe something really cool's coming. I know they're very interested in Windrock. The plan as of right now, a tentative plan for Windrock is going to be Nismo sponsoring Windrock. And we do a thing at the HQ in Franklin, Tennessee. We're going to bring out all of our friends from the land of Nissan. I know ZCon is going on around the same time. I think they end up that Saturday night, and then Windrock, the truck side, comes in on Sunday, and they're going to try to have a bunch of cool cars and trucks out that people could see. You know, maybe some prototype stuff or just things that, you know, you don't normally like get to put your hands on. Maybe the Warrior shows up. I don't know. You know, it's too early to tell, but we're in preliminary talks with them coming out, and hopefully, Danny, you'll be able to come to Windrock this year because it's the 10th year, Danny.
Yeah, this is it's a big time for us, for you, for Went, for all the things that we got going. So it's, you know what, I told the wife whatever it was a couple days ago when, you know, after we got the news of Nismo coming on board, and we're really pumped about it. Obviously, it's going to be a huge event because we're doing all the extra stuff, kind of, you know, and on top of that, you know, we're moving and shaking on the old YouTubes here.
That's right.
And so hopefully we'll be able to really reach out and get some people on board to come out, do this big meet, and then also spend a killer weekend.
Week? What do you
finally,
say? Weekend?
I'm sorry,
You're killing
I'm sorry,
it on me already.
Spending a killer week, just hanging with like-minded enthusiasts. Off-roading, having a couple drinks, barbecuing, and
Right.
and you know, whether it's camping out or hanging out in a cabin or.
The cool thing about what Nismo, they actually want to come out to the last day of it as well in Windrock Park, and they want to spend the day. They have some ladies that were interested in participating in the ladies run that we put on. They're really interested in seeing the rock crawl that we do. White Knuckles always sponsored that, and they're super pumped about seeing like their trucks like be able to, how capable they really are, and then spending some time at the raffle. So it's all preliminary right now, but it's exciting news to be able to say, hey, Nismo wants to be a part of it. And I know from talking to them, Nismo's got some fun stuff. They're coming back, guys. Like, I mean, they've never really went away, but they're noticing some trends.
Resurgence.
Yes,
they're making a resurgence, and which is really cool because Nismo has a huge history in Nissan with, you know, making and or helping to create you know, special versions and or, you know, cool parts and whatnot. So it's good to see them pushing forward and coming back into the foreground of performance. And part of that too, I think, Dave, is there's something to be said is it adds to the enthusiast portion of what Nissan has kind of been lacking in the last, you know, whatever it is, 5 years, 8 years, whatever it is. So I'm excited to see what they have up their sleeve.
Well,
and hopefully it'll push Nissan as well.
And I've told Nissan in general when I've been in meetings with those guys, always said that I don't understand how they'll support a Z, which, I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm gonna crap on Z just for a minute, but this is just to make a point. They will be all over every Z community thing for a car that sells maybe 150 a month now, but yet their truck side, who they'll sell 7,000 to 10,000 a month, they're just kind of like, meh. They're truck people. They don't understand, like the crew that I talked to the other day within Nismo. They understand trucks, and a couple of them came from the truck planning development team. So they know that there's potential in this market for the trucks to want to be a part of. And obviously, truck guys love aftermarket parts, man. And of course, that's what Nismo does. It's aftermarket stuff. It isn't just the little red badging they put on every car. It's they want to sell new exhaust systems and wheels and whatever, maybe a snorkel. I don't know, whatever.
Brakes, yeah.
whatever they do. So let's see. We got a couple questions here. Let me scroll up here and find it.
Joe Taylor said, "Will we be getting a Kicks e-Power?"
No.
You don't think a Kicks will go E?
No, not right now. So Nissan and and this leads into another question. Will Nissan be belly up soon? And I produced a video, and I just couldn't bring myself to release it this weekend about this. So Nissan lost another president there, Danny.
Yeah, CEO, right?
Yeah, for North America. Vols is gone, which really bums me out because I've followed Vols' career a little bit, and I really liked what he was doing. But when you've got to cut $2.8 billion out of your financial recovery plan, and by no fault of his, because he inherited this mess 14 months ago, and 14 months before that, the guy inherited Gone's mess. That these are just things going to happen. And I know through Vols, he was actually based out of Miami, and he literally flew up here for 5 days, and then he was a big family guy, so he flew home every weekend. And I had to, especially with this COVID times, that has to take, that's got to take your toll on you of trying to be everywhere and plus run $1 billion, just the North American side part of it. But it does beg the question of, Nissan, they weren't in trouble before COVID, but they damn sure were hurting.
Yeah.
Now GM, I know had posted, they squeaked out a profit, and I can't remember the next company. It might have been Toyota that squeaked out a little profit. I'm going to say that Nissan didn't. I haven't looked at their sales figures, and I know sales figures is Danny's love. He loves sales figures, but
yeah, let me know when you're done. Let's talk sales figures.
And I'm not gonna get into that. I won't get into that, Danny. But they got to be profitable to stay afloat. But
absolutely,
me and my buddy Tim with Pickup Truck Plus SUV Talk or Talk Plus SUV. Tim,
that guy's dead to me. He keeps making fun of my Z, bro. Tim. Listen, trucks are awesome, obviously, especially fast trucks in the desert. Let me just shout that because he was saying some things right now in the chat before you go into it, Dave. He was calling me out, and then he said he loved my Z. No, he just said it's okay that I have a Z, whatever he said. But Tim, sometimes you just got to go on asphalt and go around corners fast.
That's right. That's right.
Trucks don't do that. They just don't.
But Nissan, they do need to.
Anyways,
they do need to make money, and to do that, they're going to have to reorganize a little bit. Now, they had already said almost 2 years ago that they were going to trim some fat of some models, and so therefore, I don't see them wanting to bring in another. I mean, the Kicks is already here, but there's to bring in an E model like that, you're going to have to. That's just like re-educating the public, which costs money, and just they need. Right now, what Nissan needs more than ever in North America, they need to bring the trucks out. They need the Titan to start selling badly. They need Frontier. They better, I know we sneaked that picture, but they damn sure better start coming out with some kind of teasing the public, almost like what Ford has done with the Bronco. I know Raul, that's his favorite subject, but they need to start. Whether they just Nissan publicly start talking about this vehicle and not, we know about the 3.8 liter, we know about the 9-speed transmission. Give us something to chew on, and especially the media side of it. What we cover. There's only so much we can talk about within Nissan, and you need that free advertisement. Things like that picture that we dropped, which my buddy Tim over there at Pickup Truck Plus SUV Talk has over 34,000 views on just his channel alone, just on that content. We are at over 18,000 views. What's funny is the stocks went up 5% the other day, and my ego would like to say
it was us.
Yes, my ego would say it was us.
It's more than your ego. It's us. Everybody was like, "Oh wait, they are coming out with the new Frontier, and they aren't sleeping in their trailers."
And so they need some current hits. Like Altima's doing okay, and Rogue is due for a refresh. And I just dropped a Pathfinder thoughts video. These things need to come out, and sadly, I got word from a sneaky inside Nissan that we're 60 more days behind. Like this current pandemic issue has just pushed everything back 60 more days, Dan. And I want to say that Nissan can hang with that, but at some point the Sentra ain't gonna save you. Yeah, Sentra came out and it was doing pretty good. SUVs are everything. Trucks are everything right now. And yeah, Altima is really cool. It's been refreshed, but I don't know, man. And then on top of the kicks, it looks like every freaking thing else they've done lately. Like, there's no imagination to that design of that vehicle. I will say the current kicks here in the United States, yeah, it took juke spot, and if you look at the tail of it, there's a little bit of juke in it. But after that, like, there's no imagination in it at all.
Yeah, it's a bit cookie cutter. There's not innovation, like you said. It does fill a role in the lineup, I would say, but at the same time, with the Rogue Sport and the Rogue and the Murano, it's like they're trying to fill too many gaps. You know, you think too with like, and obviously I'm a BMW guy, so you guys might want to drink. But BMW had the 3, the 5, and the 7 series. Then they came out with the 6 series, and they came out with the 4 series, and the 1 series, and the 2 series.
Yep.
And you're like, what's going on here, guys? You're just trying to find a car that fits for every possible scenario under the sun.
Right.
It's kind of confusing because I think BMWs, they all started to look the same at some point. And right near where I was leaving, and after I left, starting to work, you know, when I was working on them is when they started bringing all these series in between. And I don't know if it's necessarily confusing, but at the same time, it's like, you know, are you trying to please everybody, or are you trying to just make the best car possible?
Right. And I think ultimately, I think their lineup needs to shrink badly. I think I could see a spot where Murano's cut. Like, they've got too many like micro, like they're fighting over inches in the SUV market. So what's entry? Kicks, I guess, as we would say, would be sort of the
kicks and the kicks versus Sentra.
No, but as far as, we'll just say SUVs. So you've got
So the kicks is, I mean, you're fighting with like the Kia Soul and the Kia, what is it, the Rondo or something like that.
Yeah.
You're kind of in that super entry level. You know, you're buying it for your daughter or son that's headed off to college, or they're buying it
first car or something like that.
as something that's a little bit bigger so they can fit their friends on it. You know, it's not a car. And I see that market. I think it's a good market. I'm not against the kicks. I think it's a good entry level crossover.
No, but my point
I'm
being,
against the Rogue Sport. Big
yes. That's my point is, so I understand you need an entry level, and at one time Sentra was Nissan's entry level in the car market, and then they brought Versa in. So I understand a placement of kicks. I get it. I think the Juke was a much better, I don't know, something about the Juke, the Juke was different. I'll say that. I know it's polarizing.
Jaded.
But at least the Juke was something different to look at, unlike the cookie cutter stuff they're doing now. But so now you've got a Rogue Sport, which is already, they're talking about, it's already been refreshed once. They're already talking about the next generation of it, which doesn't need to be here in the United States, guys. If you look at Nissan, what they brought to us here recently, it's retreads. We are full of European trash retreads, or you know, the Brazilian market, which is where the Kicks was designed for. There's nothing about new for the United States. Now, the United States and China are the largest automotive markets globally. We buy cars. And both of us, even though China's fairly new to this global dominance of cars, we both parties like kind of the same things. Koshki, or whatever, Rogue Sport, whatever you want to call that thing, which it's a cool little SUV, but there's no place for it. Like I was saying earlier, Danny, they're fighting over an inch per thousand or something silly. So then you go from Rogue Sport to Rogue, which Rogue is that's their standard. That's their best-selling SUV, and due for a refresh. It was past due for a refresh. There's nothing they've upgraded to that thing. Like, Nissan here lately can't even seem to put a new radio in something. Since 2009 or something, is like they just decided, well, this tech is where it needs to be. So then you jump from that to the Murano, which I like the Murano. It's a great looking SUV, kind of the Maxima chassis. But once again, from Rogue to Murano is, yeah, you might be getting what, I would squeeze 7. They call 7 seating in it, but I wouldn't put 7 in that thing at all. And from then you go up a couple more inches and you've got Pathfinder, and Pathfinder's due for a refresh. And you watch the last video, you've seen what it could look like. Now rumors are coming out this week that the Pathfinder is getting the 3.8 liter V6. Danny, I haven't talked to you about this. So I had a bunch of people questioning my videos going, well, how are they going to squeeze that into that 3.5? The transmission wasn't built for that, which I love. I love when Troll Guy comes out and says, hey, the transmission wasn't built for, it just wasn't built for that thing. And it's like, do you not think these people know how to manufacture anything? If they want to manufacture a 10-speed, they can put it in the Rogue if they want to. But anyways, it bothers me that all the price points that they're fighting over. And then to top this off, you get the rehashed of the European or the EU/Australian Patrol, or if you want to call it the Armada, which I love the look of the current Armada. Don't get me wrong. The insides are so dated. Like the inside of that thing is so dated. Like the instrument cluster in it is like out of 2004, it's directly out of the first generation Titan. And Danny's hanging something up. He's so we're in this thing where they got too many damn cars, and they're so spread thin with money. They're so spread thin with resources of decent employees that if they don't do some cutting soon, it's all for nothing. So let me get into what Danny's doing. Whatever Danny's doing Danny things behind the scenes here. Are you back, Danny?
Yeah, I had to set up a banner for all these guys that are complaining.
It's
perfect
in Danny fashion. So let's get back to some questions here, because my little preacher rant, that was the one.
Yeah, I got tired of talking about rogues and rogue sports and stuff there.
Yep. All right. So Joe Taylor's like, rest in peace, Jose Valls. Tim, it's a nice car you have there. I see where he was at. Screw the Z. Tim Press doesn't really like when I talk juke. So let's see.
Here.
I'd love to see how Dave is your phone and his mic. sorry, Tim. Let's see. Jeff Cordetti, if I was Nissan, I would abandon the full size market and invest in mid-size truck market. They're so deep into Titan, they can't abandon it right now. The Titan,
I'd say throw out the XD and focus.
Well, and I think XD's dead. I think that there is no XD by 2021. I reported that, Dan, when I reported on them killing off the diesel, that the gas it's dead. I don't care.
I feel like they had that NV frame. They're like, we could make a truck off this.
Yes.
And then they just tried to do it.
Well, we can make a half-ass truck out of it.
You know? Yeah.
But
I mean, don't get me wrong. It's cool. It's good. But it is in that 5/8 line and whatnot. So yeah, they need to consolidate. They need to focus. And I think that's what a new CEO needs to do. They need to come in and say, okay, let's consolidate. Let's focus our efforts. Let's drop XYZ from our product line. Let's put all of our effort into selling these names and these specific vehicles that we've worked so hard to create the names for, whether it be Rogue or Frontier or Titan, or some of these things that they've built their brand off of. Z, stop dicking around with some freaking Rogue Sport and put some work into a Z.
Well, and that goes back to Nissan can play on their heritage, man. And let's not act like Nissan is just some third-rate company that's just sort of in the market, like say Mitsubishi or somebody is, And nothing against Mitsubishi fans, because I love the Evo and all that, but or like. A lot of the journalists now want to act like they're Suzuki. Suzuki's made how many comebacks to the United States? Like 15, and they never take hold. Nissan has a hold in the United States. They're not going anywhere. Nissan's biggest problem is they're being attacked by all ends. They're being attacked by every journalist because, rightfully so, the CVT transmission, the CVT has had its problems. I mean, that's beating a dead horse over beating 5 dead horses. Like, how many times can you report that? They are battling within the French government. The French government wants to take control of everything, and with Renault's help. And that's not going to happen. You've got a dictator in Carlos Ghosn who is running the place that just thought volume is the key. You don't need to make us cool, splashy cars. We just need volume. I mean, hell, look at the GTR, for God's sakes. The GTR was not supposed to sell that many cars. And, oh, well, it's selling at 69,000 its first year. Let's jump it up to 100,000. Well, it's selling to that. Let's just put out 15 different special versions of that same car. They're going to have to – they need a leadership. They need American leadership that can go to Japan and say, you know what, guys? Either you let me make the moves that the North American market needs, or you just shut down North America. And that they need somebody. They need a who is a Chrysler's guy? Lee Iacocca. They need a Lee.
No, that was Ford guys.
Well, he changed Chrysler.
Oh,
too.
You're right. Later in his career, he moved over to Chrysler.
They need a Lee Iacocca to come into Nissan and say, it's my way or the highway. Either this company is going to make it because I damn sure going to pour every sweat and tear I have to making it work, or it's going to fail because I tried my best. Like all they have right now is bean counters, and I mean that like they're just bean counters over there.
That's how they're acting. That everything that you read or watch from there screams bean counters and the people. Oh gosh, nothing like a good solid brain fart when you're in the middle of a podcast. The shareholders, there it is. The shareholders, hey, make us money and don't do anything crazy, kind of a thing.
Look at Chrysler. Okay, so when Iacocca took him over in the mid '80s, like it was a disaster of the company. Had it not been for the federal government bailing them out in the '70s and then basically saying, yeah, we'll buy every truck you build for every base we have. That's why you see them old Dodge Power Wagons and things on bases to this day.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only reason Chrysler survived then. And they need a guy with some balls to get in there and just fire up the troops, man. Knowing Nissan, the corporate side, and Danny, you've seen a little bit of it. You know what they are right now. There's a ton of kiss ass people. They want to kiss ass for the next little bump and raise. They want to kiss ass to bring whoever Instagrammer they want to be on the trip with them. They want to kiss ass to just go on a trip. And now, granted, the trips we've been on, Danny, 5-star. They treat everybody well, as they should. But guess what? They're not spending their money. So ultimately, it comes down to these trips seem like that they're not about Nissan. The two that we've been on, the last one especially, the people we seen. And I was going to do a video on this, and I just want to lay it out now. The people we seen on that last Titan Adventure press tour, the influencers, yeah, they have a lot of subs. Didn't give a damn about vehicles in general. Danny, can you back me up on this? Those people did not care about any vehicle. They're not car people.
I couldn't back you up anymore, Dave. I wish that I could throw a backup party on that statement alone. It was the equivalent of someone walking by. It's the equivalent of me showing my wife's best friend my race truck and her going, "Oh yeah, that's cool." Like,
exactly.
That's the feeling that we got from every single one of those
nice people. Don't get me wrong. They were all nice people.
Super great people. Very artistic. I follow them on Instagram. Very artistic. They do nice things. But
who was the skier? The skier that we were with who couldn't.
Oh, he was cool.
Super
he was a
awesome
cool
dude.
Cat. Love that dude.
But he had no interest in buying. He owned a Ford or something, and he self-proclaimed, he's like, unless they give me one, I can't afford to go buy a new truck anyway. So he would question, why was he here? Now, some of the reporters that we've seen, Danny, they're in Nissan's pocket. And you may think because we're a Nissan show, that we were in the Nissan pocket. Clearly you see me bitching about the company now, the company I love. Hear me bitching about it now, but the one guy, his name starts with a C, in their pocket, and he's just waiting for Infinity trips because the person that sent him everywhere, she's doing Infinity, so he'll get a lot of those trips now. But they write a paragraph and they move on, and what really pisses me off is it's like they're all on Twitter, and the whole Twitter world, we all just recycle what each other thinks on Twitter. That's what they do. They write the same blobs, whatever you want to call it. They just repeat, rinse, the same damn thing. And Nissan needs to find some truck people, whether it be us, whether it be Pickup Truck or SUV Talk, whether it be TFL. I don't care who it is. They need to find somebody to get behind them and not be their buddies completely. Call them out when they do bad things, but stop with this rinse and repeat reporting crap they do. And why is that? Because CVT transmission. That's the only damn thing that generally people can put their finger on for Nissan and be like, oh, it's either garbage. The Titan I've had, amazing truck, man. People bitched about the 7-speed for some reason. I don't know why. Never had a problem with it. Danny, you drove it.
No.
Never had a problem with it.
No, the 7-speed was great. And they just kind of upgraded. They just kind of went next level, which is great.
They said, hey, how many?
The only thing you could complain about is it just didn't lack some of the some of the stuff that Dodge brought was, I mean, obviously Dodge was super innovative and they really slammed the shit out of their Ram at the same time. And you know what? They put Chevy in the back seat there for a minute, and they forced they forced the big three to say, catch up on your interiors. Dodge was always known for junk interior, and
God, their consoles were horrible, man.
Terrible. I mean, talk about a bunch of Tupperware stuffed in the front of a truck and try and call it some kind of an interior.
They built a nice truck. The outside of Dodge for a long time have been a nice truck.
They had a decent truck. Something left to be said. The Hemi is still kind of an average-ish engine when compared to some of the other engines out there. Way terrible compared to the 5.6, in my opinion, destroys most of the V8s out there. The only problem is LS engines have had such a circle yank of aftermarket and wildness outside of the dealership straight to the consumer.
Right.
The VK56 and now its newest variant is, as far as I'm concerned, by far superior to what most of the dealerships are offering.
That motor is amazing. That motor,
it's an amazing motor. It's fantastic.
It sounds from the factory sounds amazing. Like the exhaust and everything, they tuned that vehicle. Like, it sounds great. Now the looks of it, we've been over this. They copied Ford too much. You can't hide from it. They copied Ford way too much, but the problem is they copied Ford from 2009. They didn't like the doors and all that, which is fine. I understand the swooping of the doors. It helps you lower the mirrors for aerodynamic reasons. You don't want them big things sticking up. But let's I kind of preached here a little bit.
I think we both preached. We jumped away from all these guys.
And
great comments and stuff like that.
Yeah, they've my buddy there, Pickup Truck plus SUV Talk. Yeah, Holman. Hold on, Danny. If Nissan sponsored that podcast, guess who's in their pocket? And what's bad is they're in their pocket and they still just crap all over Nissan, man. Let me say this. If you are a journalist, or if you're an old school journalist and you wrote for a major publication, you're done. You might as well go out to the pasture, because people don't care about your garbage anymore. They don't care about Car and Driver. They don't care about Peterson's or whoever anymore. What you're watching right here is how you influence companies now. It's how if you want to preach and you want to say, I love Nissan, but I'm going to call you out, this is where you do it. People like Pickup Truck SUV Talk, even TFL, any of these guys, this is modern journalism. And the guys that are from the old school, I'm sorry, you're done, man. And you can leech off any of these companies all you want, but you may have a cool podcast now, and I think me and Danny both know podcasts don't make any damn money. We've done them for a long time. You don't make any money doing that. So unless you like hearing your voice, sorry, guy, your print stuff is over with. So your reputation, what it was, that's cool. But come debate us on YouTube. I'll debate you all day long. I think Danny knows these vehicles. He'll debate you all day long. So anyways,
I'd love to have a friggin' word battle with some debaters, some master debaters.
Yeah. So anyways, Alpine Tribe. What is up, Kevin Copeland? Speaking of kings, our king of the old
Look.
sub button or the subs. Oh wait. Oh, there you go,
Kev-
Kevin.
Look, this is Kevin Copeland's baby right here.
That's
Gone
right.
Schmoabs.
Yep.
Nissan truck SUV talk chap.
Where are you going, Danny? Where are you going?
Sorry, dude. I got distracted. A wife walked by and did something inappropriate. It was fantastic.
It's family show here, guys. Sorry.
He said something important, and I totally lost my train of thought.
Also, so pickup truck and SUV talk was talking about how bad the current Pathfinder drives. I would agree with you. It was great in 13 when it came out. After that, they were so behind with the tech of that vehicle. Rock Creek Edition, me and Danny have wore that thing out to no ends on the audio side. Like, it doesn't make any sense. You get, for what, $800, you get some cool blacked out badges and some rims, and that's it. Or wheels, as I was referred to.
Rock Creek is.
Let's see. Our buddy there at
like
frontierlife.com, he was let's see, he can't stand hearing Nissan people talking about Nissans. It's a pet peeve. Well, you need those non pet peeve or non Nissan people to they do need to guide the ship a little bit, but my fuss
real
is,
quick.
Oh.
Real quick. Expedition Outfitters, Raul has driven my truck, and he told me he freaking loved it.
What?
I'm not sure if he's still on here, but he's a closet Nissan fan as far as I'm concerned when it comes to mid-sized trucks.
But Tim, if you were talking to me about the Pathfinder, I'm down anytime. Let's see, Joe Taylor. I was watching some golf this afternoon in an Acura commercial. I saw, made me want to buy their car. If Nissan does more commercials that don't talk about tech, then I would consider them. Yes, Nissan has had a problem for a long time. When their tech came out, yeah, like the Leaf, it was them and Tesla. Yeah, that was cool tech. They just didn't, from 2008 on, they just stopped. And you are seeing now, granted, the Miss Marvel, whatever damn name is, commercials like the Sentra things. At least I will say this: it's a polarizing commercial because people who know her either like her or hate her. And the commercial itself was a little too hate on everybody or hate on a gender thing, but at least they are going, it's one car in a commercial. I will say that instead of their
way to see the upside. You know what? Dave is not a pessimist. Dave is a pessimist, but at this time, this is the first time I've heard Dave be an optimist.
Well,
for a Nissan commercial.
Well, because
it was good of you, Dave.
It wasn't 15 cars in one commercial, you know? It's like...
However, Dave, here's the thing. It may not have been 15 cars, but was the message about the car, or is the message about the message?
I think it was more about the message, but that's for another show, man. Let's see.
I think we need to get Ben Shapiro on here if we wanted to try and get on that type of
Alpine
rant.
Oh, for one, I got to say thank you to Pickup Truck and SUV Talk for that donation. I do appreciate that. And there is Mr. Alpine Tribe sneaking in a $2.
Thanks, brother.
Dude, helps go a long way, guys. Like seriously, the when you guys hit the stickers and all that, guys, that does a lot for the channel, man. So I do appreciate that so much. Let's see.
Dang, John Reynolds getting his 2018 Pro 4X, getting an Icon kit. Dude, John, you're going to be so pumped on that kit. Icon makes some of the best stuff on the market for aftermarket. There's a reason why you see that stuff coming up on, with dealers supporting them and stuff. They have done a ton of stuff. Talking to Jeremy Headley, who's their marketing guy, and speaking to him about some of their tech and stuff like that. Icon's so rad, and I'm jealous because I would love a Titan with all the tech in it, and then throw a nice little Icon kit on it. The guys that I know that have run the Icon stuff love it. It's such a good setup.
Thank you, Brian Turnquist. That $5 will go well to help keep the lights on here.
I'll have a drink for that one.
Yes.
Cheers.
Yes, if I had a drink in hand, I would drink it for you right now. I'm not drinking anything tonight, Danny, besides Monster. Can you believe that?
I drank all my drink, and I text my wife, said, bring me another round out here.
Let's see. Where are we at here? I know there were some questions, and guys, I apologize. I'm on my soapbox tonight. I've been thinking about a video about Nissan and their influencer program, and it got me me and my wife were talking about it today, and she's like, "You need to be sensitive with how you do this." And to wrap that up, Danny, you've seen what they've offered. I think Nissan, they have their own marketing team, which they just killed a bunch of kind of some other marketing people they had so they can do it all their own. Like the launch of the Frontier, man, if they don't get it right, buddy. If we see, because they're supposedly going to do some Frontier adventure kind of thing. If they invite the same influencers that we've seen in the past, hang it up. Like, then Nissan is a dead company. So, oh, look at everybody. Tammy one up and her husband.
Tammy and Kevin coming in, just dropping it. Expedition out. Raul's actually kicking it down. But you know what? I think Raul wants to debate.
He what? Ford versus Chevy? Is
Expedition Outfitters. No. He's the Ford. He's our Ford boy.
Oh man, that's right. No, I'm just playing about the Ford versus Chevy. This isn't Chevy Nation. If it was, we'd be broke down somewhere. Let's see. All right.
I get the influencers, and they're trying to split and bring in non, outside of the box people that are, or people that aren't, brand specific, or who are outside of their
and Tim,
current market or whatnot. But
Tim,
still,
I know a lot of brands do bring in influencers, but generally, like, influencers do some influencers that have some pull within their communities, and then I understand that sometimes you want to pull from with outside your community, but the people that we've seen on a couple of these trips have no connection to anything car related at all. Like, they just take cool pictures, which is, they've created their market, and which is really cool. But I think it's the people within Nissan's maybe their development team who they're trying to develop as their marketing influencers. They chose people for the wrong reasons. So I'll leave it at that. And Tammy, thank you. Kevin, if you could continue to feed Tammy Tawaka or whatever she's drinking, we would appreciate that. So
hey Dave, let's shift.
Ooh. Shift into excitement? Are we shifting into excitement?
We're shifting into innovation.
Does it excite you?
Into innovation.
Does it excite?
Innovation that shifts into excitement. Is that all of the Nissan slogans all rolled into one?
Danny, wait. Oh, sorry, Danny's getting his drink.
Oh, hold on a second. I'm gonna need you to just.
I was thinking about it.
We're live. Okay. This is. Hold on. Well, I need it right here so people can see what's going on here.
They want to see my boobs?
No.
Oh. That was live. Oh yeah. Oh.
Well, listen to the sound of that.
What's happening in your pants?
I think it's perfect because my wife is peeing into my cup right now. It's
Gross.
A drink of preference.
Gross.
It's on before I go back inside.
Kevin, thank you once again for that. Let's see.
Love you.
Oh my
Love
God.
you. Thank you.
This is the content you get here on the Nissan
This
Nation
is
Productions.
Nissan Nation podcast. I'm getting flashed while getting fresh drink poured.
Hey, Danny. So tomorrow we're going to be on a YouTube Live.
Yeah. Trail Chasers podcast.
We are going to be on Trail Chasers.
Sorry, Dave. I was interrupted. I wanted to talk real quick about my race truck, Dave.
Oh, I'm sorry, Danny.
That was the innovation that excites.
Well, it's not exciting if it doesn't run.
It's fresh news. It's fresh news because it came up last night.
Oh, Brian Turnquist, thank you.
Hey, Brian, I love you, bro. So last night, I have a sponsor, Simi Valley Tire Pros, tire company. They do all kinds of off-road and cool lifts and stuff like that. I've been working with them. The race truck is about to go into the shop to get the wiring all finished up.
Are you kidding me?
That's the final piece of the puzzle. The rest is just a little flim flam that could be knocked out.
Well,
I think we're gonna be racing in like a month or two, Dave.
No way. So,
Yeah.
But other than wiring and basically just the little kinks of it running right, that's it, right?
That's it, Dave.
Nice, man.
My sponsor had, I don't want to say they dropped out, but with the COVID, they're like, we don't know what's going on. They were still open, but when nobody leaves the house, nobody goes to get stuff. So everything went into a hold. My side money rolled up flat because I'm started working different shifts and I couldn't go do my side gig. And so money dried up as far as side gig money for for my race truck. So it's been sitting and not much has been going on.
Well, that's kind of a
But
bummer, man. But it's nice to hear.
last night I went. I had a little time to hang out with my my buddy slash sponsor. He's gonna be my co-driver.
You got to schmooze. You got to schmooze your sponsors every once in a while, right?
Yeah, we got to schmooze each other.
Yeah. Well, that's beside.
And he said, listen, because he got the paycheck protection, whatever it is.
Yeah.
So he's back into the green or the black or whatever you call it in the business terms.
Yeah, not the red. I know
and
that.
we're back in business, dude.
Nice, buddy. I
The
know.
race truck is back in business.
You know what's funny is I know it was like when you initially started this, you thought, oh, within a year I'm up and running, and you gave me such hell about my sass in my truck that you just. And I was like, okay, I'll just take the hell right now because I know it's coming. And Danny, you've been on this project for a while, man. But I know it's the funding of that is a lot different than what my project was. But I can't wait to be there. I'm gonna be there for your first race, buddy. I'm gonna be on that chase truck, man. And I'm gonna be serving those cold drinks to you, Danny. Like you're gonna be like, dude, it's so freaking hot out there. I'm gonna be like, Danny, here's a cold glass of water, buddy.
Just
Get ready.
A little spritz, just a little flick of water in the face. Dave, give me a flick. You're gonna be there just flicking, just.
But I can't. What is it? Grunt Force Racing is your page for that, right?
Grunt Force Racing is the Facebook page. Get a little bit of that, but in truth, just follow me on Instagram, Dick
Yep.
Grudax.
Yep.
And YouTube too. I'm documenting everything on YouTube with this, as much as I have before. Doing really trying to bring a little bit better content,
Right.
on my YouTube channel as well.
Hey,
And I started the YouTube channel for my personal YouTube channel. I started as a build documentary.
yeah.
I really wanted to kind of in the first couple of videos are crap, but at the same time, you see what and how this truck started and came to be. It doesn't have the very true, very original story of how it came around, but at the same time, you see where it came from and my dreams, and
Right.
over the years, I've done racing with people, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, we won't get into that.
And which is kind of fueled my dreams, but at the same time, it's just this and better than anybody, Dave, this dream of racing my own truck in races. I swear to you, when I get on a race course with this truck, I'm gonna be in effing tears. That's how much blood, sweat, and tears and money and love for this stuff that I have.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's exciting that it's coming along. Every time that this project slows down or doesn't get what I need it to get or whatever.
Ronald's in.
What's up, Ronald? Yeah, dude, I get emotional. I get spun out. My wife literally is like, are you having racetrack problems? I'm like, yeah, I don't have any money and I got this to do and I got that to do. And she's like, oh, I'm sorry. It's like, you got to paint some things.
Well, yeah, the honeydews get a little dollars. You got to work at home,
yeah.
too, right?
But it's a true labor of love. And I, on my channel, I do a lot of other stuff that I'm doing, but when everything boils down to it, the whole reason I started my YouTube channel was to get the Xterra race truck racing.
Right.
That's what I want. I want to share that with people,
Right, definitely, man. And I seriously, I had no interest in desert racing before you got all excited about it. And now, when you did the one in the Toyota a couple months back, man, I literally was up all night, trying to, where's Danny? Just, I mean, for one, because, we're best buddies and all that, but just the excitement of it's not just a race, it's about endurance, and it's
it's just a huge undertaking for the entire team. It's more than just the car, it's the people, it's just a big undertaking to get a vehicle to run as fast as it possibly can over 500, whatever race it is, 500, 600, 200 miles, whatever it is. When you're running a vehicle that fast, dude, it's a huge undertaking to make sure that it's performing that well, that your drivers are doing okay and stuff. So
Danny, your banner Phil.
I know.
The people have spoken. And by the way, Danny is actually, we were talking about this today. You're actually going to build a new background set for your
Yeah, no, this was kind like I have the zone, I have my space mapped out. This was thrown together about 20 minutes ago, but this is going to be created into the new DeGroot X live and NMP live office
Well,
space.
and
for
speaking
me.
of
So I
that,
finally
I'm actually moving the studio here too, Danny.
you're moving your studio.
I am. I'm actually moving to a new room because I was told that I looked like a kid in his mom's basement, and so therefore we have to rectify that, right? But no, it's been in the planning for quite a while. When we had a roommate finally move out, that I could have my my studio area back. So Alpine, dude, thank you so much, and Ronald, thank you so much for joining in, even if you were late, buddy.
Our Hawaiian brethren.
He is, buddy. I do appreciate that.
Hey, I have a question real quick before you go any further. Ronald, what island do you live on?
He lives on
I
the
just need to
island of
know.
a boat right now, I think.
I just need to know if I ever go out there, I feel like I gotta go buy Ronald some friggin'
Tammy
lunch or something.
Copeland. Oh, Alpine put KO'd, and then she's like, nope, super.
The Copelands are drinking for sure.
I know. Gotta love it, man. Let's see. John Reynolds, Tennessee in the house. Tennessee is represented here, sir, as you can see by my
What's up,
license plate
John?
skateboard. So Danny, so let's get back to the picture. So somebody had asked, I think Joe Taylor had asked a minute ago, has the basement vibe is real. Thanks, Tim. Somebody had asked, have we heard from Nissan yet about this picture? And I have heard from somebody, but I mean, I can't.
You've heard secondhand. You've had
Yes.
secondhand information.
I have, and were they upset about it? Of course they were upset about it. We spoiled an idea that they have, and I think I was pretty honest. If you watched all the video, and I can tell from the watch time of that video that people scrolled real fast to about when I released the picture, and then, we got a lot of views on that thing. But what's up, Daniel Hernandez? But we they're
So,
not
Dan?
happy about that by any means. And anytime you see something released like this, there's somebody's mad at somebody, and it is what it is. I think some of the secondhand word I got out of Nissan was that people were happy that it was being received so well. So I mean, and at the end of the day, these guys spend 3 years or more developing something, and would they like it to be revealed on their time frame? Sure. But does this give them, since everything keeps getting delayed and delayed, does this give them an idea of how to maybe tweak something? You're damn right it does. And this truck has to be a hit. We've talked about this many times. This has to be a hit for Nissan. So let's see. Oh, that's all right, Charles. We do appreciate you being here. What's up, Daniel? Shared this in some Titan things, so maybe we got some new Titan friends coming along. And Danny, we're up to 28 viewers tonight, man. Not bad.
Well, you know what? I shared this all over the place. I wanted all the homies across the Nissan world to be seeing, to come in and chat with us, and maybe give their opinion on what we should talk about, what videos you'd like to see from us.
Yep.
So we've kind of talked about a lot of the videos we've put out, some of the stuff we've seen from Nissan. Let us know as well in the comments, what do you want to see from us? Obviously we got the Juke. We got the, Dave's got his Xterra. I got my Frontier. Dave's got a solid axle Xterra. I have my 300Z. I have the race truck. There's lots of fun stuff that we could be doing stuff, and we have ideas and we have plans.
Yep.
But if you guys have ideas and plans that you would like to see from us, you know what, we'll do our best as we possibly can to bring you guys what you want to see.
Yep.
Right now I'm trying to tune the Frontier up super hard, gnarly, so that we can do some fatty burnouts. I just dropped a video on my YouTube channel about getting the locker going so it's full-time locked whenever I switch the switch, so I can do two-wheel burnouts basically.
You just want to be cool. I get it.
It's nobody wants to be not cool.
Of course.
Does that make sense?
But that's me and Danny's. We've had a lot of business planning with this, and due to the growth, I mean, we appreciate everybody who's joined in. And if you think by hitting that subscribe button doesn't mean anything, it damn sure does, because for Nissan wants to see growth. They really do. For them to take us more seriously, they want to see growth, and so it's much needed. Let's see. Tim wants to see more about the Z. And I was
Croy McCready, Crocs McCready is here, dude.
He
He said he wants to see 100 shot on the Z. Oh man, I want 100 shots of Z too. That would be fun.
Once. Once on that. But
One
but
time.
really these Sunday videos, for if you're new to the channel, these are about for you guys to get your, not rage out, but if you have things about Nissan that you want us to get in their ass about, trust me, we have an inside connection to do that. If you have something you want to talk about automotive in general, we're here for you guys. Like, this is the time for you guys to kind of steer the pirate ship a little bit. And like Danny was saying, if there's videos that you want to see us do, if I can't get the car from Nissan, which has been a nightmare to get anything from Nissan here lately, I'll go to the damn dealership, and I've got dealer friends that will give me cars to use. If you guys really want to know something about it and hear kind of our perspective on it. Frank, what's up, buddy? Once again, and Danny, we got to do this. Let's give a shout out. Our buddy FrontierLife.club.
Yeah.
He's his name's David, and kindred spirit there. But I want to say this. He's been wanting me to come on his channel and talk about his version of the Frontier. And so if you'll go over there, if you will get 100 subscribers over there, if any of our people over there,
yeah, give him a little love.
If you give him just a little bit of love, when he hits 100 subscribers, we will bring some exclusive content over to that channel for him. So show some love, help other fellow Nissan people out. So Danny, Alpine, once again, thank you guys. Let's see. I've got some Juke stuff coming up. Sadly, I don't think, Danny, you're going to get to fly out here in June, are you?
You know what, Dave? Every idea what? Who knows? Who knows what our stupid governor's going to do? Who knows what's going on with the country and their wild accusations?
Maybe we just need to do like Tesla did to your local government. Just like, Danny's flying.
Threaten.
Yeah, Danny's coming.
And hate.
But
it's up in the air, Dave. So if I can get out, I will. If not, then we'll have to push it out, and we'll find. You know what? I cannot imagine not being able to come out in September for the for Windrock.
Right.
For my birthday present to myself.
Right. Of course.
And,
it's always around
that.
Danny's birthday. If we could get some girl to jump out of a cake for Danny, that would be. I'm playing.
I'll jump out of a cake. Myself.
Danny will. We've had costume parties for Danny's birthday. Like we Grumpy Bear made a show out of it.
I got humped by a minion, if I remember right.
That's right. I about busted my teeth out on a park bench for Danny's birthday. And last year, our buddy Brian Turnquist there did a dive out across the railing and somehow dove between some trash cans and got stuck while Holden and JR snuck some breadsticks. That was a good time. Agent Hutchins, what's up, Spencer? Flights have to be cheap now. I don't know, man. They're actually saying that flights might double in price because of all this. So,
hey, we're talking about it. We're trying to work. We're trying to do everything we possibly can for me to get out and do some things together to get some good times going on the channel, and me and Dave to be able to hang out and go have some fun. So
let's see. Spencer asked if I'm coming to Road Atlanta. As long as I'm invited, Spencer, I'm coming to Road Atlanta. So if Zevon's inviting me, I will be there. And you know what's bad is I'm going to be live streaming there, and Danny's going to be like, "You mf'er, man." And I'm going to be like, "Dan, can I get?"
If I can't come out, I'm gonna throw a fit like a 5-year-old dude.
Right.
I'm gonna be pounding the ground.
We need to, before we wrap this up, we need to give a shout out to our buddy Andrew. So if you guys haven't noticed yet, we do some blogs, or we've been trying to do some blogs on our website, Nissan Nation Productions. You can go to podcast too; it's still there. But Productions, and we're doing some thoughts. Danny, you did some thoughts on the latest 2021 Frontier. Andrew's done some thoughts. He did a really cool article on how can manufacturers do toys that maybe relate back to sales, which is really cool. But we are slowly bringing Andrew into the fold. Andrew is a recent college grad for marketing, so we're excited by that. Danny, say something nice. Say something nice about Andrew.
No, Andrew's a super cool cat, and the fact that he drives a Pontiac
The G6.
And we're trying not to hold that against him because he's just moving out of the college debt scenario and into the I'm a grown man scenario, and we've all been there. But he's a true diehard Nissan dude. He actually has some really rad videos of him doing like rallycross on on Xbox, which for me it's fun to watch because it's I mean it's not real, but at the same time like that's how you learn to whether it's heel toe throttle or it's learning how to get around and turn sideways or whatever. For me, I need to set up my own system, and I've been talking to him back and forth a ton about doing a little rallycross stuff because I'm a super secret rallycross nerd ever since I lived in Germany.
He's doing it out like a 240Z or something is what he's using or something like that.
He's doing a bunch of stuff. Colin McRae, he's doing a Colin McRae races on his YouTube channel right now.
Right.
But anyways, he's a super cool cat.
Refill.
We're bringing him on as a as kind of we'll call him a friend of the channel intern. We're trying to feel we're both feeling each other out because
whoa, this is a family channel, Danny.
We like to feel I always feel people out real hard. But he's a really cool dude, younger guy. He's gonna bring a little bit of youth and excitement to the channel. So we're really pumped to bring him on. And
so if Danny can't make it,
see where it goes.
If Danny can't make it, sorry, Carrie Beasley, probably going to be Andrew coming down with me and help film some content for that. But Danny,
Carrie Beasley, me and you can ride together at Road Atlanta. I'm gonna steal Dave's juke, and me and Carrie are gonna just take.
We'll get some. I know Z1's got some information.
Don't you worry, Carrie. Me and you are gonna take that little juke around the track real quick. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I know Z1's got some information up on that, and we'll be sure to share it over all of our socials. But it looks like a really fun time, and I've never been to anything like this, so I'm super pumped to go down there and be the first long drive in the juke, and maybe that's when Spencer expect the juke to come get tuned. So I'm Danny. I am super pumped to get that juke tuned. And as I wrap this up, so I was talking to Nismo, Danny, and I don't know that I've talked to you about this. So Nismo has all kinds of things that they're from Z's to jukes. They've done everything for that. And who I was talking to was like, so we've been following your juke stuff, and how are you liking those Nismo parts? And I was like, how can you not like when you actually have real Nismo parts on something? It's not some Wish app parts on your car. Like hell yeah, I like those parts on my car. And we got talking about it, and even Nismo likes that juke, and they're like, man, it was such a great driving little car that. And she's like, so are you, and Kelly was on this phone call with me or this Zoom with me. And she was like, even before she cut me off, she's like, Dave is never getting rid of this little juke. Like he loves this thing so much.
It's just going to go it's going to go next. What you need to do is just sell the SAS Xterra and just keep the juke as the
Nismo chick. What's up?
Whatever vehicle.
Yep. And so I'm like, I'm literally thinking I need to get it to the body shop. It's got a couple dings in it, and I want to wrap this thing right. And I started to wrap it this weekend. I'm going to wrap the hood and the top of the car, and
it'll look which will look good because it'll follow that flow with because you put a nice little rear spoiler on it. Which if you guys haven't follow the juke vids, you guys aren't giving the juke vids enough love. The juke is a cool. Weird car. It may not be the best looking car.
Whoa, easy guy.
But listen, the juke is cool. If you guys want to see cool cars that aren't freaking cookie cutter, the juke is a non-cookie cutter car. So if everybody hates cars that are cookie cutter, you have to love the juke. It may not be the most beautiful. It may not be. It's the juke is the girl next door. She's not beautiful. But she is right there, and she does all the things just right.
That's right. And surprisingly, guys, the car is pretty quick. Like, as soon as it really opened up once I put the cold air intake on the thing, man, I was like, I I'm always a skeptic with those things, and I couldn't believe the torquiness of the car once I put the cold air intake on it. So, see, Tammy Copeland loves the Juke.
Nismo chick, what's up? And I will agree with that. Dave, Dave, we have a secret thing going on right now.
What is it?
Jim Bob is chatting right now. Jim Bob is on the channel, Dave.
What's up, Jim Bob?
Jim Bob, one of our oldest buddies. Oh, this is Overland Nashville. He's on the. You know what? You're on the live right now, Jim Bob.
What's up, Nissan Nation?
So Jim Bob can't hear me, Danny, but ask him what he's been up to lately.
I wanted to show you what I did to my Frontier this weekend.
What'd you do?
Is this an exclusive,
buddy?
This exclusive?
Besides folding it out.
Hold on.
I can't, Danny. We can't see anything.
Well, hold on. There's nothing to see yet. I think we're getting an exclusive from Jim Bob, Overland Nashville. If you don't follow Overland Nashville on /Jim Bob, Jim Bob is Overland Nashville on Instagram.
Big Overlander, right, big Overlander dude. Loves the Frontier as well.
We're about to see an exclusive on Jim Bob's Frontier. I don't know what to expect right now. He may have taken a dump on the hood. I'm not sure. Okay, hold on, Jim Bob. We're seeing this live. What do we got, Jim Bob?
Is that a new rear bumper? I can't tell.
Yeah.
Ooh.
He built his own rear bumper.
Nah. Oh, look at the tire carrier.
Tire carrier?
Then I added this to it this Friday afternoon.
I don't know if we can see this very well. It's pretty dark out.
Is that a snorkel? Oh man, Jim Bob.
If you don't turn the light bars on, are you even Overland Nashville?
Yeah, bro.
So you got a what snorkel did you run on your Frontier there, Jim Bob? Dobinson's, which is an Australian company. I'm guessing they built that for the Navara.
Later, Joe Taylor. Later, thank you for joining us.
All right.
Well, when are we gonna? He needs to do a video. He's gonna have.
Bob, when are we gonna see some more Jim Bob on Instagram? If you're not following Overland Nashville on Instagram, you're missing out on some of the best content.
Danny, tell him I'm coming up. We're gonna do some video, and I'm coming up. Tell him.
Dave's coming up to do some videoing with you. He says. We're gonna get some content with the great and powerful Jim Bob.
Well, thanks Tim. Thanks for joining us. Jim Bob's killing.
Before we exit this, I want to see if we can get some Jim Bob. Jim Bob, do you have any words of wisdom to the listeners out there?
Hey, I'm all out of wisdom tonight.
Well, that is wisdom. And there you go.
Jim Bob, always bringing it. Hey, Jim Bob, I'm gonna call you back when we're done. When we're all done. I want to talk to you a little bit more about that bumper. But I appreciate you calling while we're doing our thing and sharing some of that beautiful Frontier goodness with us, buddy.
Ladies and gentlemen, Nashville Overland.
All right, brother. Peace.
Oh man, we get all kinds of exclusives, Danny.
You know what? We're a channel for the people, Dave.
Let's see.
What we are. That's what we pride ourselves on. We're a channel. I'll answer a phone call while I'm live because Jim Bob is Jim Bob.
That's right. So, anyways, I don't even know where we were going towards the end there, Danny. But thanks for Jim. Thanks for Nashville Overland. And I'm going to Jim Bob. Like he's a national treasure, really. Like
he really is. We spent some time at the Titan Adventure.
You spent some hot tub time.
I was Action Suit Groot spent some hot tub time with Jim Bob. We spent a lot of time drinking whiskey with Jim Bob is what we did, and that man is salt of the earth, man. I'll tell you what, it's a good dude. We have a good time together, and again, you know what? And this is what
that Nissan Nation Productions is all about, Dave.
Yep. We're
We're
a show
all-
for the people.
We're a show for the people. We're all a bunch of dudes and
Girls.
ladies,
Yeah.
Carrie, that just love hanging out with each other and talking about our Nissans. But
Yep.
we love you, and I hope you love us. And we're gonna keep bringing this love all around the world because that's what we do, Dave.
That's right.
We're lovers.
Preach on, Danny. Preach on. Anyways, let's see a couple more questions here before we hang this up. Paul Van Helger, I wish we got the second gen Euro Juke. I do too, man. Other than I think they went a little too conservative on the front end. Major improvement over. I mean, I love my first gen, but major improvement on that car. Alpine Tribe says, "Oh, kinky hot tub time." Oh, you know what? Okay, so this is exclusive. This is super exclusive. So once this COVID thing is over, me and Danny we've been talking about doing a raffle style. Like, you're gonna have to get in on a raffle if you want to go do a trip with me and Danny to undisclosed. You won't know the
Yes.
location till we have to tell you.
This
Either
is gonna be a airplane expense paid. We
But-
may be able to afford to pay for your airplane ride,
we might,
Um,
maybe.
but we would like to fly one person out for a Nissan Nation Productions adventure.
Yep. And we're not
Top
selling.
fan
We're
situation.
right. We're not gonna say where just yet. And
The
but
more super chats, the more chance you have to fly out
oh, so
on a Nissan Nation
so it's
Production.
it's
Super Chat
Kevin
fan.
Kevin or Tammy basically is what you're saying.
Possible. We may be flying Kevin or Tammy.
But
I think I'd rather fly Tammy out.
but me and
She
Danny's
seems like a little bit more fun.
but me and Danny's had this. We've been wanting to basically fly somewhere. We rent a Nissan of some sorts and just go explore somewhere. And we might want to bring one of our fans along. And then we might later on do some events where six fans. You got a vehicle. You got a Nissan truck or car. We're going to go do events, whether it be at maybe Road Atlanta or somewhere. That you come hang with us, man. We both put on events, but we are an event to be around. So as Jim Bob
We are
experienced,
the event.
Nissan didn't invite us out to a few events because of our loyalty to the
Because
Nissan
we're
brand.
too badass.
Dan-
I think the action suit overwhelmed them, and they just didn't have the bandwidth in their commercial.
Tammy,
stance.
Tammy, they're fighting again. Yeah, but in all honesty, like there's a Dave and Danny show, and it is a real thing. So you might want to be a part of that. And we'll announce details of that further down the road. So Danny, as we wind this thing down, unless the Copelands have another super chat they want to throw our way, I can't wait this week. So Tuesday, I believe it is, I'm dropping a walk around on my 2000 Nissan Xterra. Danny's got he's got a walk around on your Z coming up really soon.
Yeah, I got a Z that I'm gonna do a walk around on the Z, where it's at, where it's going, what the status is on it. We're gonna be dropping that as well on the channel, just to kind of show what we got and where we're going.
That's right, man. That's right. So, guys, from all things Nissan here in my office in Middle Tennessee to wherever you guys have been watching us around the globe, which we do appreciate it. And we're big in Brazil right now, Danny. It's nuts. Like, we've got a lot of views from Brazil.
It's because I have a nice booty, and Brazil people have nice booties. We have
It's
a
true.
common thing.
It is true. It is true. This has been your Nissan Nation podcast. Oh, wait. Just one more to be funnier. And what are we, Danny?
Oh!
Peace, everybody.
Peace, everybody.